good as shit. This week's episode was extra good.
We're starting.
Any
Oh wait, do you want my
D&D time? D&D time.
I've watched no Game of Thrones.
Okay. He got it out. All right, welcome back, everybody. We were just talking about Rings of Power in the new Game of Thrones House of Dragons. Anyway, I want to watch them.
Hot D.
At some point, I need to watch both of them.
Gotta get some hot D.
Last session, you guys got to the Hells. And there were creatures overhead that looked like they were scouring the ground for whatever they could find. Caught your guys' attention and followed and tracked and, well, then attacked you guys. You guys fought back and, yeah, what? The biggest one was, I think 3 of you, I think it was Corzo, Polaris, and Chikara all got chained to a horse that could fly and just flew up into the sky and kept going and going until they no longer could hold you, where then you just dropped and plummeted to the ground.
Not till they could no longer hold us, till they were killed.
Well, yes, the thing that was holding you was killed. Yeah. With that, you guys met an undead-looking creature that seems to have been corrupted based off the fact that it could jump into this river of Styx without any issue. He has a Witcher tattoo on him that Sevatar recognized from the Viper School. His name is Valrath, and or at least he calls himself Valrath. Also, with that, Adalia did find out that if you touch the souls in the River of Styx, your mind gets wiped, leaving you with no memory of who you are, where you are from, or where you're at currently, and no real mental capacity whatsoever, except for being able to identify friends. With that, you guys found
recognize your own name.
And recognize your own name. With that, you guys followed the River of Styx and found a ferryman. You guys all paid your toll of 1 soul apiece and entered this boat, which seemed to expand as you each got onto it, leaving room for more and more creatures to potentially ride on this. With that, you guys began sailing into a cave-like structure. Within about 25 minutes or so on this ferry ride in this cave, you started to hear a voice. It was in your heads, and it was claiming to get the rest of your souls upon departure. With that, you guys rounded a corner, and you saw some slimy tentacles kind of like riding along the side of the rocks of this cave and like into the water. And you see it in front of you guys. It is this very squid-like or octopus-like creature with these wings and with psychic abilities and stuff. And with that, we're going to have everybody roll initiatives, and I'm going to change up the music, and we're going to have a good old fight here. Or
Hot dog.
yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dragons!
I'm so fucking tired of rolling low on initiative, guys.
Oh, me too. Jesus. I haven't rolled above a 10 in like our last 4 or 5 combats.
Yeah, I feel like I never roll above a fucking 5.
Yeah, well, that gives you less time, or I should say more time to run out into the front of everybody. So, I mean, we take it as a blessing.
All right. Is that everybody? Let's see. We got Adalia,
dude? We're gonna get
Roy, Sevatar,
Oh no.
Polaris, Corzo. Oh God.
I feel like I roll a good initiative, and I'm like, yeah.
It's not big enough.
Somebody always beats me out by 1 or 2.
Dude, he is aimed and cocked and loaded, bro.
All right, Chikara, as you round the corner, God, why you have to draw out these penises? Y'all bitches. All of you.
Hey, what is that?
Adalia, you need the front line this round. I think I've got a strat.
Like it was Thanos' cock.
I might be able to do that.
All right, Chikara, as you round the corner, you see this thing. You hear that it wants your souls. What do you want to do? The boat is slowly rowing towards it.
The fact that it hasn't attacked us yet makes me think that this boat is neutral ground, international waters, if you will. I don't know what that means, but I think as soon as we touch land, it'll be no holds barred. So,
And we fight now.
well,
I don't know if we want to upset the.
Can I fire an arrow right here?
here, Polaris.
You can
trade-
on your turn,
That's
yeah.
one of my 3 attacks.
Polaris, trade with me. I'm gonna grab you and move you, assuming you
Yeah,
willingly.
that's fine.
All right. So, Eric, you want to move him to my spot?
Yes.
Oh no!
Don't move me. Just move him.
I don't have the front line. Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah.
Roy, move. Trade seats with me.
Let me clarify one thing really quick. You didn't see the tentacles in the water. You saw it along the sides of the rocks, more accurately. So,
Anyway,
yeah.
so that was 10. Well, for me it was 5-10, and then it was 10-20. So yeah, that works out. I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna draw my blade, and I'm gonna ready an attack action for when we land on the. If we land within 5 feet of him, or if he comes within 5 feet of me. before him.
Okay. Its turn.
Oh, and I will cast Hex on it.
Okay. Let me put the little target on it.
And I am targeting its strength stat.
Strength. Okay.
It has death out on all
Hey,
strength.
Eric,
Yes.
Why
there
strength?
appears to be something wrong with my character sheet.
Because if it tries to knock us in the water, it's likely to use strength. So I wanted to have disad in that.
Gotcha.
What's wrong with your character sheet, bro?
Can you open it?
Yeah.
Try
It's
refreshing
probably
the
just
page.
it's probably just minimized. Look for a faint bar.
No. If I click it, it just forever has the loading D20.
Try
Just
refreshing it.
reload.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
All right.
Unrelated to what you guys said, I'm gonna just refresh the page.
Oh yeah, that's a good call.
I'm done.
Don't worry about it.
All right. You're reserving. All right. It is going to. It's gonna begin murmuring some sort of a spell. None of you know it baseline. You are welcome to use a reaction if you'd like, except for Chikara because you're using your reaction. Actually, I guess you could forfeit your ready to attack and use your reaction if you'd like. All right.
Good.
Okay.
I'll use my reaction to figure it out.
Okay. Or you can counterspell if you'd like to try.
Can I do both?
No.
Then I'll counter spy.
Okay. What level spell slot?
If it's a spell I don't know, I'm gonna assume it's a crazy high level spell. This thing looks particularly powerful. I'm gonna go with a 7th level counter spell.
You countered it.
No! I don't have any 7th level spells, so-
You hear from across the waters. It's not an abyssal, but if you speak Infernal, which I believe Corzo does, correct?
I have comprehend languages.
Oh,
I
okay.
think I do.
I don't speak Abyssal. Just kidding. I speak Elven and Common.
Okay, so Chikara, you hear it say, "Blasted, I will get you." In Infernal.
Very tame.
No,
Very tame for such a creature.
All right, Adalia, you are up.
Confound it.
Okay. I'd like to fire an arrow right here.
Dying flab it.
Okay.
God damn it.
Dying flab it. Mildly
and
scared.
activate my energy.
Okay.
Does
Bloop.
that seem
Right there?
to
It does. As you shoot the arrow in there, you see as the water starts to freeze up and around right there.
Okay. I want to do that with 2 more in attempt to make like a leaping frog.
Okay. You can jump, and I'll move these to the back. Give me 1 second. You can jump equal to your strength number. So
Is the boat still moving?
that's probably, it is still
A
moving.
lot.
It'll move at the start of the initiative each turn. So you could probably jump like 8 to 10 feet, something like that.
Okay. Then they might need to be closer together.
Okay.
I thought my ice rings would have been bigger. Let
They're-
me double check.
I believe they're 10 feet.
Yeah.
No, I thought they were
5
bigger
feet.
too.
And you only move half your distance if you're not getting a 10-foot start.
For
right.
leaping or running?
Yeah.
So
Standing
you can
long
jump, like-
is half your speed. Or half your strength, sorry.
So you could
No,
jump like 5-ish feet, roughly.
Sure. I
That's where they
want
gotta
to
be.
fire them so that there is no gap between the 3.
Okay. So more like this.
Much more like that.
Okay.
I'll take the leap. Is there anything I need to do for that?
Give me 1 second.
They immediately disappear.
They immediately disappear. No.
Yeah.
There we
I'll
go.
take the leap. No.
No, you do not need to make any sort of check or anything, Adalia. The leap, it's a little bit like you have to jump for that first rock, basically, or that first ice. However, you know that this is slippery for most people. You have really good traction on this.
Great. How much movement would I have left? Would I be able to run to the middle of?
Yeah, it just used 5 feet of movement to do that. So
Can I? Is that?
You have to be in a square though.
Yeah, they're kind of
Boo.
not. Because
Hold
technically,
on.
okay, hold. Technically speaking, wouldn't it be like if if it was here? And
it would actually be this
They're-
big because
they're
they're 5 foot
technically-
radius, aren't they?
Yeah, I was just pulling that up here.
Okay. Well,
So
Okay,
y-
again.
so they're actually bigger than I thought. I'm sorry. There you go.
God, imagine not centering that last one. You god fuck.
Doesn't
God.
auto do it?
I'm sick, and then I know it's horrible, but can we move the first one centered on this?
I want
Wait,
the boat to just
here?
absolutely obliterate it when you want
That's
to.
great.
It goes
Great.
through it.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want it to go on an angle from that?
Yeah.
45.
oh yes. Oh please yes.
Guess that might be easier.
Oh god yes.
Bro, I don't know
Oh, I
what the
hope
fuck
this-
you're doing right
I
now.
hope this fucking works.
I hope it feels good.
Would that count as an attack?
Yes, it'll use all 3 of your attacks to do that. But you can't action
Charlie,
surge.
Get in a square, you fuck.
Right.
I'm okay with it. You're just gonna now you're in all 4 squares, so any ability that hits one of those squares hits all 4 of them.
I also don't know how to release myself.
Radius. Oh, I gotta figure out what radius means real quick. 15 foot. Okay. Okay. And then, yeah, I'll action surge to cast Ice Shower centered here.
Okay, and how big is it?
30 foot total. 15 radius.
So okay. Sec.
Make it more. Okay. Make it less.
I'm just trying to get it to the right size.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the size. Is this where you want it, or do you want to move it
No,
onto it?
It's gotta at least touch him. But
Like
yes,
there?
yeah, that's great. That's wonderful.
Okay.
Make that like opaque or something.
No.
I can move it to the back, and I can make it a little. Well, that's not gonna do much.
Yeah, it's already opaque.
I can do that.
less opaque.
Transparent.
I could do that.
Oh, that works.
Semi-translucent.
That's somehow worse. That's somehow worse. Make the edges thick. Yeah, there you go. Alright, that's doable.
Okay.
I can live with that.
Cool. So what does that do again? The first time it moves or anything like that, and
Or
it's
enters its turn, so technically it won't do anything until its next turn starts.
Okay.
Because it doesn't move into it.
okay. Cool. With that, so that's your action to do that, right?
Yeah, well, that's an action. That's an action surge. That's everything.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, you've done your movement. All right.
Dahlia, that is astronomically helpful.
Yes, it really is. Huge win.
Big W on that one.
All right.
it's just as solid here, just so everyone knows, or it's transparent.
With that, just before Sevatar, you see it. It starts to look at you, Adalia, as you're doing all this, and you feel an intense pain. It sounded like it was murmuring some sort of psychicness. Yeah,
So it didn't use. words
it's
that
not.
way.
It's not using words really.
No.
It's more like different gurgles and noises.
Okay. Don't be fooled. It didn't speak there. I would have understood.
And it hits you with this psychic energy, Adalia. And you will take 13 psychic damage from it. And then make me an intelligence saving throw. All right. Would you like to use Indomitable? You don't know if you passed or succeeded or not, but
No.
okay.
No.
You fail. You are blinded right now, and you are currently reliving the worst memory you've ever experienced before.
It's pronounced blound. You are.
It's depressing. It's so depressing that your body just kind of like shrinks a little bit, and you gain a level of exhaustion. All right, Sevatar, you're up.
I am going to take a shot at this fool.
Okay.
I'm going to use my bonus action to give me advantage on this shot. I am not going. Actually, yeah, I'll go ahead and do. Wait, is this a demon?
You're welcome to make a reaction if you'd like to try to figure that out from here.
Pass.
It's hard to see. All right,
180 to hit.
that will hit, and yes, it is a demon.
Oh, wunderbar.
I feel like he just needs to listen to his bolt for a second. Like,
Yeah.
it's throbbing.
What do you think, boy?
Sevatar, can you tell me the poison damage?
The poor poison.
Because he is immune to the poison.
Okay, that's only 6 points, but I'm gonna use my piercer to re-roll the one that I rolled.
Okay.
Oops, that should be a D10. I'm sorry. Roll 1d10. That'll be 5. Let's say that. So we're only subtracting 1 from the damage in total.
Okay, so 27, so it's 26.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. It takes full damage from all the rest of it.
Wunderbar. And then the second 2 attacks. This one is going to be the with the 20.
That'll hit.
19. And then another one for the 31 for 23, yeah?
Jesus Christ. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. 3 shots straight into it. Okay. With that, I assume that ends your turn. I don't think you can't move. So yeah.
I am
yeah.
going to. Oh wait, no, I can't move. Never mind. You're right. Yes.
Yeah, because of the. Yeah.
Yes.
It is going to shoot a mind blast at you as well.
Pass.
And it is going to hit you
Ow.
for 9 psychic damage and make me an intelligence saving throw.
Those are my best saving throws. You have no idea, dude. You have no idea how much you're about to get murked right now. Hold on. Hey.
you start to relive your worst memory, and for you, it's when you're getting turned as a child. It's going through those Witcher trials. Not a good memory
Does
for
the
you
boatman
at all.
Seem to care that they're spamming things at his boat.
What's your insight? Your passive insight?
18.
No, it doesn't seem to be phased at all.
17 for me.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be phased.
Bothered.
Sevatar, you also gain a level of exhaustion.
Yep, I already got it. Oh, I'm
All right.
tired, guys.
Roy, you're up.
Damn, squid got hands.
Yeah, it does.
I'm gonna get on the.
And you're also blinded right now as well, Sevatar.
Oh, blinded too?
Yep. That's you're blind, and that's why you're literally seeing your memory in front of you. Feeling it, seeing it, all of this.
Yeah.
And when Sevatar was mind blasted, did he murmur again?
He did. It made the same sort of gurgly noises. Roy, you're gonna jump onto that ice?
Okay, first thing I'm gonna do. God damn it! I don't want to blast him with a heal. This is such a high level spell.
Live
Then don't
faster.
do it.
Are you trying to cure the blindness?
Yeah,
You don't have
Lesser restoration does it.
I don't have lesser restoration. Would remove, do I think remove curse would do it?
No.
You have no idea if remove curse would do it. You know lesser restoration would.
Wait,
You
can I
also
lesser
know
restoration
heal
to
would.
Arcana check him.
I'll let you make a medicine check.
Oh, I like those. You take those.
It seems like it's something to do with his, like, as you're looking, it seems like it's some sort of an illusion based off the fact that his eyes aren't responding at all, and they're almost, his eyes look normal to you. It seems to be some sort of illusion in his head that he's reliving right now. So you do not think that a remove curse would do anything either. You think it's just a mental block that he has to overcome himself.
Then I am going to cast.
Or a lesser restoration.
Save.
He made an intelligence saving throw.
I'm gonna cast a 4th level intellect fortress.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to target Sevatar. Can I get Adalia from here?
If it's within 30 feet, then yeah.
Okay, then instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to move up. I didn't realize it was ranged. I'm going to go here. I'm going to lay prone.
Okay.
Lay on there.
Belly first.
Okay.
I guess I'll slide over to this side, just in case that side gets absolutely obliterated by the boat. And then I'm going to cast Intellect Fortress on Adalia, Sevatar, and... You know, I'm probably fine if I can't see, I guess. Nah, I should probably do it myself so I can pick people up.
Okay.
Alright, and myself.
Okay. Cool. Make me acrobatics or an athletics check because of the way you're crawling across this thing. You are prone as well. All right, cool. Yeah. You get on it. It's a little rickety, but you feel pretty confident on this. Okay. With that,
Imagine the witch doctor point thing is like digging into the ice as you drag across it. Kick.
Balroth is just gonna like swim and like jump over the ice thing and land on the other side. And then look at the thing a lot closer and be like, no, and then start swimming back. Corzo, you're up.
Your last name is Europe?
Polaris, you're on deck.
Is this creature more than 2 size categories larger than?
Yes. More than 2? It is. Yes, it is more than 2.
Really?
It is.
It's exact.
Yeah.
Oh no, it is more than 2. Yeah.
It is a
Spaces.
4. Yeah, it's 4 spaces.
That's so fucking lame. All right. 5, 10, 15.
You're so much cooler.
Make me an acrobatics check.
Yeah, it'd be so much cooler if it was smaller.
Be a lot cooler if you did.
You ain't wrong.
You said athletics?
Acrobatics.
Oh man.
Be a lot cooler.
I guess it or athletics. If you really want yeah, you can do athletics.
Here, well, I'll just it would have been a 12.
Okay, that passes. So sorry. Yeah, you can keep going.
All right. Can I stand here?
Yeah, well, I'll immediately.
All right,
yell
if you're
out,
gonna
"Be
stand
careful."
there, you're gonna have to make an acrobatics check. That standing right on the edge of that, the whole thing kind of like tips on one side as you're like standing on it, as it kind of moves around with you. That's why Broy is like, okay, I'm here. He's like flailed out.
This is solid though. Correct?
No, that is not. That is it's like ice falling right there. Ice
It does
shards.
say that the ground beneath it turns to ice.
It is solid. It is solid. I changed my mind.
Alright.
I forgot.
But it's also apparently raining ice there.
It is also
Yeah,
raining
that's
ice
what I
there.
was saying. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, just like I see you rushing towards us.
Right.
Like, be careful. But like, go ahead.
Yeah.
But you can't see.
Just be careful.
Well, I would have known that. Yeah.
I don't know. I've always used it in like weird places, not the middle of the fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez, that was.
Fuck. Well.
It's a good thing you guys countered that reverse gravity.
Shoot.
You'd be doing this on the ceiling until it turned it off, and then you'd be falling into the water again.
It'd probably be too annoying to do, but the tipping was so inspiring. I'm like, oh, what if these like drift?
All right. I'm gonna try to stand on the corner of that to not get. Well,
Okay.
I guess. Well, no. I guess
Because the other ground is solid right there, which I forgot about. You won't have to make any check. You can stand.
But then
there.
I'm gonna get hit by the.
But you will get hit by Adalia's thing. Yes.
What does it do?
You might be able to
Dodge.
get advantage on it if you're like half in, and I call out to dodge. It's not a shit ton, but it's just a long time of raining hell. Lots of ice.
How much is this?
I believe even if you dodge, you just take half damage.
Whatever. I'm gonna go there. So
Okay.
5.
Make
10,
a
15, 20,
dex saving throw.
30, 35. Right there. Dex saving throw. If I fail this, I'm gonna end my life.
I think you pass. I think the DC is what, 16 or 17? Adalia?
15.
Okay, yeah, so you pass.
Ignite my blade, dealing 2 damage to myself. That was a
All right.
one. Thank you. And how much damage do I take from the ice?
You pass, so you take half damage, right?
It doesn't say that at all. I just assumed. I just reread. So we could run that you just take odd.
Sure. That's fine. I'll say because of Adalia's help and she has some control over it a little bit, that it's falling away around you. I think normally, though, it's half damage.
Since it's 6 arrows, I love the idea of like it's one arrow that shoots down and like
Oh, okay.
you see the 6 levitating above. And I'm like, watch out as you jump up and you look up and you're like, oh shit, fuck. And then you jump to your left as one of them like crashes down next to you.
Whoa.
But yes, that.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna do. Oh no, fuck. 5, 10, 15. No. All right, I'm gonna do blood whip one time.
Okay.
I take 4 damage.
Okay. And
And
what
he
does it do?
takes. Choose a creature 20 feet away. Oh wait, is that?
No more than 2.
Oh, okay, so I can't do it if I can't even do it. Like, attack even?
You can do it, but they won't get pulled.
Yeah.
Thanks for the lurk. Okay, so yeah, you can do it. So let's see.
A D8 of right damage.
So they make a strength save. Okay.
Well, that doesn't matter.
Oh, that's true.
Oh well,
Then
no, I don't think I can. Do
yeah,
it. Never
then you
mind.
can't do it. Then I'm like, it doesn't really make
Okay,
any
do it,
sense.
period. All right, give myself 4 hit points back because
Okay.
that didn't happen. And I'm just gonna ready my action to attack if it comes close.
Okay. With that, a tentacle shoots out from it and tries to hit you. Which probably misses. Yes, hits your armor and then it retreats back across the ice. All right, Polaris, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to bonus action and go into dragon form. I'm shining light, and I'm going to fly up 10 feet.
Okay.
Straight vertical up. And I think there's the whole cave is rocks around, correct?
It is rocks. They're like stalactites coming down from the top. You do see some large chains that stretch out to like the sides to keep holding the door frame structure up. And there's just the rest of it's just rocks. The water below is moving very, very slow as well. Doesn't really make big ripples or anything along the water or the rocks.
Okay. I will then shoot him with a level 2 guiding bolt then.
Okay. Make me. Oh, that'll hit. Roll damage.
Okay.
11 radiant damage to it.
4, 3, 1, guys.
Nice.
And you hear in your head, you.
Oh no.
Had a feeling I was calling out this one.
All right.
Okay. I'll hit him with
Second.
some radiant as well, and he'll switch. Hopefully.
Actually, Eric, can I also like move up and like here-ish up 10 feet?
Up in the air. You just fly up. Yeah.
Yeah, like fly up and to the forward right a little bit. I was trying to see if it'll be in the boat's range, but it looks like not. So that's
The boat moves as you fly up. The boat moves underneath you as it's been kind of moving this whole time. And as you guys are all seeing this, it literally phases straight through the ice, that section of the boat. Which, coming to Sevatar, there's just this ice structure that's slowly moving towards you.
I wouldn't know. I'm blind.
That's true.
Is that all it moved?
Yep. It moved 10 feet.
So then Sevatar and Polaris need to move up, right?
Yeah, does Polaris get left behind?
Polaris is up flying, and I moved the other two
10
up.
feet up.
All right, Chikara, you're up. You make me the acrobatics check or athletics.
I have a plus 12.
Okay, you're good then.
I clicked out, so give me a second.
Chikara just sprints across the ice. Adalia, you think if this was happening in a much more roaring river, then these might be going all over the place right now?
No, don't do it, sir.
Would they still be theses, or would they be like
Polaris
ice?
fell out of the boat.
What was that,
He's in
Adalia?
there.
Would they maintain their puck form?
Depending on how strong the current was, maybe, maybe not. They might start getting destroyed by the waves and stuff like that, or by
So
rocks
is this thing
underneath. But
occupying the whole land mass?
yeah, basically, there are some steps right here that you could step on, right in front of it.
Alright, I will dash and go another. My 30 would get me here, and then I'd go 5, 10, 15 to there.
Okay. Make me a dexterity saving throw from Adalia's ice arrows. All right, you pass.
And then with my bonus action, I will curse it.
Okay.
As well.
Okay. Its turn. It is going to see you sprinting at it, and it is going
That's by making a
to.
dexterity save.
It's going to have to make a dexterity saving throw. Which is probably gonna fail. Yeah, if doesn't even budge. Roll damage for it. Doesn't even move. And you used your ability, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is doing full damage to it. Ooh. Ooh. Boom. 17 cold damage as an arrow shoots straight through one of its tentacles. And then it is going to have it's going to start reaching into your mind, Chikara, and make me a wisdom saving throw. Whew, barely passing. You start to feel closer to it, and then it's like betray your friends. And
No thanks.
yeah. And then with that, it is going to start swinging at you with its claws and its tentacles. One of them is going to hit. The first claw is going to come up from the side and strike right into you for 27 slashing damage. And with that, holy crap, that was max damage with that. Okay. And with that, the other two are going to miss as you're kind of like rolling around with it.
I still have Hex.
Awesome. Okay. That is it for its turn. Adalia.
I'll yell at anybody else to stay out of the storm, and then just go straight to attacking, actually. But the first attack will be here.
Okay, to make another.
Yeah, yep. And then the next two, I think, will actually just be at the guy.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Both of those will hit for sure.
Did you beat the blindness or whatever?
Oh yes. As soon as you start your turn, I believe it's at the start of your turn. Oh no, it's not. It's at the end of your turn. So you are blind for both of these, but
Good
they
point.
still do hit.
Great.
So cool.
That's not the right first number though. I need to
Okay.
roll. Other. Okay. Well, it'll be hard to.
Okay,
I'll
so
roll
16.
One more, and it will include the cold damage from the first,
Okay,
but not the piercing.
okay. I assume.
Oh, look at that.
So-
6 piercing.
Cool. Okay, got it. Cool. So it takes full damage from both of those. At this point, you guys are starting to see this black ooze-like structure bleeding out of it. And Adalia, as you end your turn, you no longer are seeing that memory as you're just like firing wildly straight into it. And with that, it is going to do another. It's going to do another tentacle attack against Chikara, and it's going to hit for 18 bludgeoning damage and then 14 poison damage. Savitar, you're up.
Okay. Feeling the coldy, I'm gonna kind of move just a wee touch. I don't know where I'm going. Oh my goodness, is the thing still where it is? Great. Okay. I'm going to use my
That's not heck.
steady aim, and I'm gonna go ahead and shoot. So just to give me regular shot at it.
Mhm.
Do I get sneak attack against it? Yes.
You don't, because you have disadvantage.
I thought I'm holding still to give myself advantage.
Yes,
So
but you also have disadvantage. Any form of disadvantage, you don't get sneak attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it's negated.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I think I'm just gonna take my sharpshooter shot here.
Okay. And you are
What?
okay. Because you're nat roll. So yeah, that'll hit. 26 will.
Ah.
Yeah. Jeez. Nice.
And then I'm
Okay.
going to just do a regular shot after that with a 20 to hit.
20 will hit as well.
Yeah.
So for another 19. Whew. Solid damage coming out.
Okay, I think that's it.
And then your mask starts to go away, and you can start seeing.
I don't have to roll anything. We're good.
Nope. Yeah, it just ends.
Okay, then I don't.
Lasts until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
And then another blast is going to get shot out at Adalia, which is going to hit for 14 psychic damage and make me another intelligence saving throw, Adalia.
At advantage.
At advantage now. Yeah. That will pass. All right. Cool. Broy, you're up.
I'm gonna slide across my belly.
Got in my belly.
It's a net.
Actually,
19,
I think
so-
honestly he's gonna stay here.
Yeah, if you try to move, Broy, you'll have to make a check, one of the two, athletics or acrobatics.
So what's happening where the boat is going across it?
The boat seems to be phasing straight through the ice. The boat itself.
Same way the coins fell through the bottom of it. Doesn't seem to interact with anything. Except
I am
like,
gonna move up to there.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, you're good. You also had advantage because you were crawling.
I'll cast Life Transference as a 4th level spell on Chikara.
Okay. Jesus
You good with
Christ.
that?
He's
And so
Plus.
Chikara, you will heal for
48 plus your
48, plus 2,
5,
plus the
6.
level.
5, 6. Yeah.
So 54.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, 54.
3. No.
53. Well, it's 4 plus 2, so it's 48 plus 6.
Yeah.
So it would be 54.
If it's 48 plus 6, then.
Yeah. Jeez.
54.
All right. You stay crawl like in your army position that you're in right now, Broy?
Yeah, and do I have to make a con save?
No.
It is damage. I didn't know if you can.
No, I'm gonna say for yours.
And I took 24.
No, I'm gonna say self-inflicted like this isn't gonna cause you to make it.
I like mentally prepare for it.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's gonna happen. All right. And one more blast to the Adalia over there. For actually, would it be Adalia or Sevatar?
I am the knight.
I guess it could be Chikara. All right, roll. Somebody roll a d6. Corzo. Corzo, you roll a d6. All right, so it is Adalia. Adalia, you take 7 psychic damage, and make me an intelligence saving throw.
What was the damage?
7 psychic. And with that, you're blinded again, and you get another exhaustion level. And now, Corzo, you're up. So I believe your character sheet has it. Let me double check.
I have to make a save, right, for damage? Is that-
Does-
Yes.
What's the second level of exhaustion?
I'm gonna
Nothing good.
move your character sheet for a second, Adalia.
17 passes.
I believe it's half move speed.
Through
So
here?
everything's at disad right now, right? For Adalia? For
All
attacks?
skill checks.
Oh, not.
It-
Okay.
First levels, all skill checks are at disad, and then second level is.
Your speed is
speed,
halved.
I believe.
Yeah.
Third level is then, I believe, saves and attacks.
Exhaustion is fucking nuts.
Yeah, do be.
Nap time.
That shit sucks.
Okay. You pass the dex save. The first one hits, obviously, and that is a 21 damage. And then the second one is going to miss.
So 8 of it is radiant.
Okay. Takes full damage from all of it. Doesn't seem to be more. It just seems to be like something that it doesn't experience often.
He was pretty mad about the radiant from Polaris. That's
Yeah.
what I thought it meant. Yep, that's it.
Okay. Polaris, you're up.
Alrighty, I am going to. I have to restart this shit, so I don't know. I'm going to cast. You know, what, fuck it. I'm going to. Actually, how high up is the ceiling?
It's like 100 feet up.
Oh, so I'm big.
Yeah, you have a lot of room.
Alrighty, I'm gonna fly. Say, like 20 feet up and like horizontally.
Okay.
This way. And
Okay.
I'll end here. And yeah, we're just gonna do another guiding bolt, and this time we'll cast it at 5th level.
Okay. Make that
Cross
attack.
fingers, boys.
That'll hit. Roll damage. Whew.
Side note, guys, are we about to use Strudel?
33.
We have to leave behind.
33 radiant damage. It seems to be a lot. It seems pretty upset at that.
'Cause he seems to
Um,
do anything for money.
And immediately in response to that, it's going to shoot you with a mind blast. Which it's going to hit you, I believe. Yeah, it's gonna hit you.
Ooh.
For 11 psychic damage, and make me an intelligence saving throw.
All right. Okay. I'm also. Do I get to use my cosmic omen on myself if it says any creature within 30 feet?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you can use it on yourself.
cool. Alrighty.
Do you want to try using it to reduce the or increase your save or whatever? I don't know which one.
Yeah, I will be using to increase my save.
Okay.
Which save?
Intelligence.
Intelligence. All right. Let's see here. Ooh.
Holy shit! You don't even need it.
You just brain blasted.
You do. You basically fight back mentally, and it goes right back to him, and you see as he goes, and his tentacles kind of shoot up and wrap around his head for a second before coming back down. All right, Chikara, you're up.
I just hit him up with the Kamehameha and just nothing.
Mama.
Literally be gone, thought.
That'll hit. How do you want to kill it?
Let's go.
I will use my flourish, my moving flourish, to knock it. I think it's 15 feet back.
Okay.
In theory, normally it wouldn't work, but since it's dying, I've
Oh, yeah.
ragdoll.
Yeah.
We're just sending it flying.
All right, so as you like stab through it, you push with all your might, and a little bit of that force damage that's built into your blade shoots and shoots it back even further, propelling it almost all the way to the door, but it like hits the steps and like slides out as one of the tentacles hits the side of the door, and the other ones are kind of like trailing behind. And as you see this creature in the size that it is, it has tentacles that stretch out and that go from where you are right now, Chikara, all the way to it, and then past on the other side as this thing gets like shot back and it drags across, and the blood kind of pours into that alleyway.
Not to be rude, but you two should look up and dodge.
Theodore.
Yeah, you do have to make the dexterity saving throw as well.
Me?
Not you. Chikara does.
Both Chikara and Corzo.
Yeah. Chikara, you're good. And Corzo, make it one more time when you leave it.
Oh, is it over? Did he die?
Yeah, the monster's dead.
Oh, fuck. I thought he just got blasted backwards.
No, he's fucking dead.
Not just dead.
Okay. Well,
Fucking-
all right. Cool. One attack.
Yeah,
All right.
It was my only attack.
My turn. I walk over and like kick my foot out, so I technically enter, and then whip it back to drop the last arrow.
Okay.
Did he die?
Um,
Did he die within 30 feet of me?
He did. And the ship is slowly moving up, but the round ends, and you can hop off the boat if you guys want to avoid the shower that's happening over there.
Adalia says she consumed the last one.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe the ice probably remains, but the arrows, there's just no more
Yeah,
looming arrows of death.
the ice remains for about a minute here, but you can keep making them. So I'm going to say you use another, 3 arrows in order to make it so nobody takes damage and get everybody to the land. To make a few more, well, maybe 2.
On my turn, I'll just get back.
Boom,
in
boom.
The boat.
The boat is going straight through the shower of arrows. Do you want to do that, Broy?
No. Go with
I could just carry you.
Adalia.
Yeah, that works. As the boat gets all the way up, you see as its hand gestures out to get out of the ship, even though none of you are in it anymore. And then the boat starts to shrink back up.
Let's see what our bounty is. How many souls he's collected here.
All right.
So
Uh,
are we? We're over here now, right?
yes, you guys are all over there.
Just so we're all
I'm gonna
aware.
look back at the skeleton monster and say thanks for the ride. And then we'll leave.
And it starts to row back and out.
Oh, Eric, just clarifying, it has blood, yes?
It does. Yeah, it's like a black, inky blood, but yes.
Like
Okay.
an ichor.
I have +2 AC for the next hour.
All right. Ooh, nice. So you're gonna loot it. Chikara, make me an
I'm providing
investigation.
assistance to Corzo.
Okay,
Yes.
Corzo, make me an
I am
investigation.
also guidancing Corzo.
Okay.
I am perceiving for anybody behind us.
Eggs in basket.
You should proceed for Corzo. No.
I
Would
On-
that be that guidance?
Corzo as well.
on him, you
29.
find 7 soul coins.
How many?
7, and you find 500 little rubies and miscellaneous gems, each worth about 10 gold. Like just like little ones here and there, all around, sprinkled.
500?
500 rubies worth 10.
Yeah, so 5,000 gold worth of rubies.
Nice.
I can add that to my ruby pile. Gem pile.
Ruby sack.
And
We can add that to party gold. What am I talking about?
as you are going through this, you after about like a minute of searching, and you're finding these things in like different tentacles that he had. You're finding them in all of these different spots. But after a minute or so of you messing around with this, you do see that kind of like let out a little bit more air, and you see one of the tentacles kind of move around just ever so slightly.
It's not dead.
Stick a fork in it.
And it just stops, and you see a little bit more blood going out.
Does Corzo get a second roll on his bloodstone?
No.
I have a feeling we could have probably
Can I check?
talked to it.
Can I check that one that moved? Did it drop a soul?
It did not drop a soul coin. In fact, it was one that you had already looked at earlier. And then
I cut it off.
after another few minutes as you're searching for the rest, because like they're all over the place and you're having to like dig them out of different tentacles and stuff, it takes you probably about 20 minutes to do the whole thing. After like another 5 minutes or so, you see like the wing kind of like flap a little for just like 1 second and then stop.
Cut its head off.
You get the sense that this thing is regenerating, and it's going to come back. Not quickly, but at some point it's gonna come back.
Cut its
Ooh.
head off.
I would like to go, and if anyone's going to cut its head off or do anything like that, I'll pull out one of my little bottles of holy water and dump it on its body.
Cut its head off.
Okay. Do you do anything else, Sevatar? Make me an Arcana check really quick. At advantage. At advantage.
Okay.
Okay.
Cut its
Um,
head off.
Guidance.
You know of there's some Witcher symbols that you know. One of them is like a flaming star almost, and it's part of the it's part of a undead ritual in order to stop things from ever coming back. It's to kind of like purge the land almost. And you think that maybe if you inscribe that underneath it right now, it would make it so it would never come back, especially with the holy water. In fact, you always need the holy water as well to do it.
Give me a minute or so.
Yeah, it's gonna take you a bit of time, but Corzo's looting it at the same time, so you guys have some time doing this.
Are we are in agreement that I am carrying the soul coins? Yes.
Yes, I think so.
Right.
If you
'Cause I
want.
don't-
I've
I
already
don't
got a
feel it.
couple.
Well, there's 7 here, so
I gave 6 away to pay the boatman.
fair.
I'll take one.
Okay.
Doesn't matter to me. I'm just wary of putting all our eggs in one basket, you know?
Oh,
Yeah,
corn.
I get it.
You
Maybe
can start
this wasn't.
splitting them if
Maybe this wasn't how many I was carrying. It was just the party's physical soul coins? Because I have 3 written down.
You were
That
carrying
would make sense, though.
only like, yeah, you were only carrying like 2 or 3. Something like that.
Hmm.
And they were like the stones, the wraith stones that you were holding.
No, 2
Oh,
sessions
you
ago,
did,
we put
yeah.
those in the bag before we teleported.
Yeah.
Plane ship. Because we found the whetstones in the vampire house,
Right.
and I took those.
We want to start splitting up the stones.
Well, I don't know who can handle how much, but we know Broy cannot take any.
I know it was hard for myself to take one, but I feel as we move forward, it might be best to start splitting them up, and maybe getting a little dose at a time might help us acclimate to it a bit better. Except for Broy, of course.
Your own personal soul coins are not affecting you guys. Those of you that have those.
I mean, like at all, not even psychologically.
I mean, psychologically, yeah, but they're not affecting your morale or anything like that. They're just like or morality.
I roll an insight on Polaris' statement. Do I sense any level of like
we hear
corruption
whatever
from
that is, Justin. Justin, we
I
hear
know
what.
what it is here.
Thank you for the water. Polaris, did you have any sense of anything? Do you want to make a
No,
roll for it or anything like that?
What do you? Oh, like a deception or anything?
Yeah, you don't have to.
Oh no, I'm trying. I'm just
Okay.
trying to help the party.
Yeah, you feel it's pretty genuine.
Alright. Well, you aren't being compelled by the darkness of the coin, so I think you can be trusted with at least one of them.
I mean, I can be trusted with at least one of them.
You cannot.
That's not true. I hold my own out. See, this isn't that bad.
Then you're at your max capacity.
Where
Listen,
do I store this?
A book that told us.
Wait,
everything
wait.
about-
It's a good like 6-inch coin that you're holding.
Do I just put it back in my back? Like, what do I do with it?
You can put it in your backpack.
No, in my back, like where I got it from.
Well, it was like just kind of like tucked in between your back and your backpack. It wasn't like in anything. Just kind of like tucked in where the straps are, basically.
Baby.
Which is a
My
different
heart.
experience than when you guys actually died and the coin was lying on the ground in front of you.
Hmm.
Ooh, that was a
I guess I'll just like slide
Alright.
it into my chest area.
Sure, one to everyone but Broy.
Keep it close to my heart.
I don't want any soul coins. Thank you.
Very well.
I'll take a Dahlia's then.
So
So
I
2 to Sevatar, 2 to Polaris, 2 to myself, 1 to Corzo. How's that sound?
I mean,
Okay.
you guys can hold them, but can I have like the value of it if we have to buy something?
No,
What?
you'll have to ask nicely, Broy.
I don't know. We don't have an idea of how much this thing is worth. I don't think we need to worry about its value being distributed. I think we just need to hold on to them for whatever infernal purposes they require of us. We're not here to buy arms and armor, nor trinkets.
Dahlia, they seem to
Speak for
be
yourself.
getting kind of greedy about these soul coins.
Yeah, I agree. What's beyond the door? I don't see
Um,
anybody coming behind me anymore.
So,
Or that way.
just as you
I
start to wonder that, you see as Saboteur just finishes the symbol on the ground and finishes sprinkling the holy water, and you watch as and this like ghost-like portrayal just starts shooting out of this thing and then into the water immediately.
Guys, we killed it.
Seems like
As you look
Yeah,
onto the
we
other side, Adalia,
I'm just looking.
make me a perception check.
Fucking. Oh my god.
Oh wow, that's so cool. The fucking I have the 3D stupid dice thing, but I really like it, and it will roll onto a number, and I got like a 2, and the other one bounced into it, and it rolled to a 20, and I got the 20, but I was like, oh shit.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was like, oh fuck, I got a 2, and then I was like, oh no, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
You can see that this door kind of opens up into this wasteland almost. On the very far side, you can see a mountain, and in that mountain, you can see this large structure that's kind of like built into the side of this mountain with some statues and stuff in the distance. Maybe a quarter mile away from you guys currently. But this stone wall structure right here kind of goes out for another 15 to 20 feet and makes like a big old circle wrapping around. And this walled off section, then it kind of just opens up back into the wasteland, where you then see the River of Styx kind of flowing outward again from underneath this.
Jeez.
We see Batman using guns, because I feel like that would be in a hell wasteland.
No, I never have.
I don't use guns, I use crossbows.
Are we in agreement that the 5,000 gold worth of gems is just going to be party gems?
That's
Or
fine.
We need to
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I feel hot?
Did.
I know that I can't or haven't yet anymore felt cold, but do I feel hot? Does this place feel hot?
No, in fact, on the other side, you don't feel it. But for everybody else, it does feel a little colder. Like there's a cool breeze coming through that door.
Feels
Oh,
good.
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not like a cold breeze, but a cooler breeze. It's nice actually, like temperature wise.
Is our
sorry for-
buddy still swimming away?
He was for like the first couple minutes, and then he started like slowly coming back over here, checking it out. And right now he's like sitting over at the steps.
Also, Eric, how fast was the boat going about? When we were in
It was going about 10 to 15 feet per round, so it wasn't going very quickly.
Okay, good to know.
Well, shall we continue?
Shall we?
Oh,
We shall.
yeah.
Does
Yeah.
anything happen?
He hops out of the water and just shakes off and follows.
I still have my sea invis for an hour or 40 minutes or so.
Okay, yeah, you cast it. When did you cast it? At the beginning of the cave?
When we started hearing the voice.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, you have it for about 40 minutes. That's fair.
And does anything happen as Savitar and I take the soul coins?
Doesn't seem. I mean, you're getting some. It feels intense right now, but after about 30 seconds of holding it, it's starting. The voices and stuff is starting to calm down. You're not as ornery right now. But it is taking a toll on you. Just not yet, not affecting you too bad right now.
Okay.
And you have 2 including your own, or you now have 3 including your own?
2 or 3, including mine.
Okay. And Savitar, you have 3 including your own?
I thought we gave ours up to passage on the boat.
You just got new ones, is what Corzo was
So
handing
2
out.
then.
It was 2 per person.
Oh yes, then I have
one
3.
to-
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
It was 2
Um,
to Corzo, or 2 to Savitar, 2 to Polaris, 2 to me, and 1 to Corzo.
We need to heal up at all before moving forward, guys. Or
Adalia is exhausted. You are slowed with the 15, and you have disadvantage on ability checks. And Savitar, you have disadvantage on ability checks as well right now,
Yeah, sure.
but you're not slowed. And then so is Polaris. You have that level of exhaustion as well.
So did we literally like?
also, I got that
purge the
even
demon?
though I passed.
You purged this thing.
Who did it
Yeah.
specifically?
Sevatar did.
Sevatar?
Yeah.
Sevatar walked in all like,
This house is clear.
So Polaris asked if he still got exhausted even though he saved.
He didn't save his saving throw. Oh yeah, he did. He did. Never mind. I'm sorry. You are not. You're not exhausted. I'm sorry. My bad. Just trying to keep track of how many you guys have right now.
I
Alright.
have my own.
As you guys start to walk out of here, and into the
If we wanna-
rocky wasteland. Yeah, go ahead.
If we want to call it for the night, you two look dead tired and we have been sprinting all day. I can conjure us a dome.
Is it that time? Do we
How
know?
many levels
I guess
of
we did.
exhaustion does sleeping get rid of? It's only one.
One.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Greater Restoration on Adalia.
Okay. Well, so you're no longer slowed, Adalia, and mark off that gold or that diamond dust that you use.
Can we do
Right.
that from the party?
Is it?
The party group?
Does that
Yeah,
just
but maybe
move
next
one
time
level
let's-
of exhaustion? So
But
it's
maybe
just-
next time let's discuss it before you do that. If
Before
it's
you-
party gold.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's probably a
to
good
be-
idea, bro.
To be fair, it needed to be done.
It's 100, right?
100, yeah. What was that, Adalia?
That was your determination, not the group.
So that knocks off one level
Okay,
of
would you
exhaustion.
have said something
Yeah.
different? Next time I'll ask.
I would have said no. Adalia should be better at her saves.
I marked it from party gold.
We might have both done that. Okay.
I dropped it to 4. What did you drop it to?
The 4, so it's good.
Okay.
All right. So, are we resting up, or are we gonna keep
We
trying
should
to
rest.
Well, and it has been.
Yeah,
Since
it's-
we woke up this morning, it's been like 12 hours.
It's been a long day. It's been a very long day for you guys.
Oh, I'm still feeling good.
We rest and we wake up the next morning and nothing happens.
As you guys, I assume you're resting then.
Are we long resting or just regular resting?
Long.
resting.
Yeah, it's late. Well, actually, you guys have no perception on what time it is anymore.
Also, what was the verdict on my pendant? When does it regenerate?
It'll be every time you long rest for right now.
I'll take first watch.
All right, Sevatar. As you're watching, you do have disadvantage, but you rolled 217, so it doesn't matter. You're exhausted, and you're just kind of sitting there in this little hut, paying attention. There's doesn't seem to be a whole lot happening. There's a lot of like light coming from that wall mountain about a quarter of a mile down the way. But movement wise outside, as it's getting dark and you're starting to lose it, seems pretty quiet.
And suddenly,
Someone knocks upon
all right,
the dome.
then you fall asleep. Who else is taking watch?
I do have a question for you,
Yeah.
Eric.
Yeah.
Since Ring of Teleportation, it regains its charges at dawn. Are we just kind of doing that at every long rest, or
Long rest for now.
okay? Sounds good.
I'll take the second watch.
Give me a perception check.
8.
You wake up half asleep, start taking watch. You don't notice anything either.
Cool. Back to bed.
Corzo kind of half asleep the whole time, taking watch. Who's after that? All right, so Corzo, all right, Vivian, so Chikara. Go ahead and make your perception check.
And I will cast See Invis during my
Okay.
2 shifts.
You see,
And I will also, since we did it fairly abruptly, put spells into Roy's pendant.
Okay, cool.
So what capacity do you have, Roy?
It's only at 4 charges. We bursted that thing down in the beginning.
So how
I
much?
cast. You can hold up to 8 slots.
And you have 4?
Yeah.
So I'll put a 4th in there.
Perfect.
And that's max, yes.
A 4th level spell will put it up to 8 slots. It has 12.
It has 12 slots. Okay.
Okay.
And I will put my if you need to hold on to yours, Chikara, I can put my 2 3rd levels and my 3 2nd levels. And my 4 1st level.
This
All 12.
I am doing this before I wake up, obviously.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Broy, your thing is full. I don't care who's doing what with the slots at this point. It doesn't really matter.
Love Broy's.
But
You donate a six for
Shikara,
me.
as you're keeping watch, out in the distance, you see this little invisible imp that kind of like jumps around, and is kind of like eyeing up around where the door is and stuff. Your thing is or is not invisible. Your dome.
Is not.
Okay. It kind of sees you.
Oh, no. It is completely solid.
Okay, so it's just like okay, so you can't see through it. So it sees the
Change the color to
dome,
make it blend in.
and it just kind of like walks around it, but then checks over where the door is and the kind of like peers around and sees that the monster is still lying on the ground, and he just kind of scurries around, and then leaves. That's what you see for the first little bit of your watch, and then you also start to hear something coming out from that city, or the where the walls and the mountain is.
And where'd the imp come from?
You didn't place exactly where it came from. It seemed to just kind of start scurrying from like the west side or something, not from the mountain direction.
Okay.
But like just kind of came out from one of the rocks far away and slowly scurried up here. But you start to hear what sounds like wailing and like crying out coming from the city. It's pretty far away, so you hear it faintly. And as you kind of start to focus on that, it just continues throughout the rest of the night. And you focus on it and you hear it more as people start to wake up and arise and start to cook, and it's just kind of lingering from that. With that, you guys all get your long rest.
So it would appear that there's agony in our future.
What?
Well,
There's screaming coming from the destination we go.
I assume that's the city of blood, so they probably have to acquire the blood somehow.
Rotation ring has full charges right now.
Awesome. Cool. With that, we're going to take a small break and because I need to pee really bad. And then, we'll head back. We can either take like a 10-minute or we can just all go use the restroom real quick and come back. What do you guys want?
At this point, I might need to leave, just
Okay.
so I can be alive tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Then,
So,
then we'll just take then we'll just make a 10-minute break real quick.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll be back. All right, we have everybody but Ben.
Let's middle.
Fuck, I need to redo my fucking spells.
Deeper.
You need to redo your spells.
There's just some spells I want to change out at the beginning of the day. So.
Ah, yes. Okay.
What are what is it again? That is how many spells I know?
Wisdom plus your druid level.
Cool. And we're at 12. Okay, 17. Cool stuff.
All right.
Do cantrips get changed out as well, or
No.
it's just
Cantrips just stay.
cool stuff?
All right.
Jesus Christ.
So as you guys are emerging, what do you guys want to do? Anything in particular?
Does anyone need to eat? just wondering if we need to do that.
You see Valrath just over there, just on some fish, and he, at this point, it's no longer. It's just like bone that he's chewing on. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I fear I won't be able to hunt for us here. I'll have a good berry. I haven't eaten for a while. Do you have a good berry? Thank you.
It's like a strawberry-sized berry. And like a big strawberry, like not one of those small ones. It's like a pretty
like a
husky
cantaloupe or
strawberry.
something?
It's not quite cantaloupe sized. It's pretty bland though from taste.
Jesus fuck, dude.
All right.
Whose keyboard is that? That is
Mine.
So,
Oh,
let's
it's
see.
disgusting.
Polaris. Let me look at something really quick. Okay, and
Oh, how are we still
then
missing 2 people.
Sevitar.
Responsible.
Well, we're only missing one.
Yeah, but he counts as 2. His personality's
Okay.
you know?
All right. Roy, you're not. Chikara, how many souls do you have on you? Bum.
7.
Okay. All right.
Three little soul rocks and then 3 soul coins.
Okay.
4 little soul rocks and 3 soul coins.
As
and then
you,
my own.
yeah, your
So
own
8.
as well. So 8. Okay. So as you begin to wake up,
Can I adjust my page?
make me. What was that? You need to refresh.
No.
Yeah. Oh yes. Take it away. You're good. Make me a Constitution saving throw, Chikara. Okay. You have. Okay. It's a lot, but you're managing to hold it right now. You're managing to suppress the anger that it seems to be filling in you. And yeah, you're managing to suppress it.
You're so powerful.
You're not doing it well. You think like this could get bad. This could get bad. Could start to turn on people or something like that. Like the feelings towards some of them, it's getting different. I need Sevitar to also make a save, but we'll do that when he gets back. So, before you guys, you see this large mountain. It's about a quarter mile away from you, and the river is just flowing on up into it. all the way up to these two massive doors that seem to stretch out. You can see that from here. That's how big they are. And you can see the river flowing right up to it. But you don't see it going into it. Seems like it must do something similar to what it did out here, where it kind of like dips underneath it. You see there's these two large statues on either side of it as well. You can't quite make out what they are from here. And then at the top of the city, above the door, you can see this massive skull above it. Again, you can't quite make out what that skull is of at this point. And yeah. So you guys are passing out the good berries and eating those. Players, do you give it to everybody?
Yes.
Okay, do you give one to Valrath?
I offer it.
He walks up. He like sniffs it, and then he rips it out of your hand, and you just see like bits of it just kind of shooting off to the sides. And then at the end, it just kind of like licks its mouth and kind of like looks around for a second. On the back to the bone it was gnawing on before.
Good.
Forward. Through the tunnel.
What tunnel?
The door tunnel.
The city is above the door tunnel gate.
It looks like the door tunnel gate is the entrance to the city.
Why are we calling it a door tunnel gate? It's just a
Guys,
gate.
get rid of all your little.
It's a door.
rules.
Tunnel is what he was calling it, and gate is what it also is. It's a gate door. Aw, you lose your angel wings.
Everybody does.
So there's a mountain with the gate door tunnel with the city on the other side of that, and the skull is on top of the mountain, not in the city.
It's. I'll just move you over so you can see it.
Woo! Ah.
The river flows up through it.
Over the mountain, but
So wait, that's what we.
It's built into the mountain, yes.
Ah, gotcha.
As you are starting to approach, and at this point, I'll say you guys are within like a couple 100 feet. You're starting to see these two large statue demonoid creatures that are standing roughly 250 feet in the air, with this door standing just above that. It seems extremely wide, and the door gate section almost looks like an Iron Maiden as you guys are approaching it. See these huge spikes shooting out of it, and you can see this like glow from within. As you're also getting a little closer as well, that skull, you can tell that it's human from the size and from the shape of it, or humanoid. It is not human, but it is massive. Maybe some like long lost giant or something.
So you're saying the skull at the top looks like an actual skull?
It looks like an actual skull, yeah. And as you're getting closer, now that you're within a few, we'll say about 300 feet, 200 feet, you can hear the wailing that Chikara was hearing before, and it's almost like they're screams that are trying to fight and overlap on each other, trying to be heard through this like entrance.
What's
I'm
like?
gonna start ritual casting detect magic.
Okay.
And I'll ritual cast comprehend languages.
What was that, Adalia?
What's like to the left and right of this wasteland? Just nothing.
This mountain scales up very high, but the left and the right just goes out wastelandy. Rocks and a little bit of swamp-esque. But yeah. After you can see that there's light coming from a fair distance away. Like a fiery light. Yeah. But there's like a pretty cool breeze flowing in this area, but once you get closer to the door, from out of the door, it is quite warm. Quite warm.
Do I feel the one?
Yes, you do. Yeah, think of 115 degrees air blowing out. So it is very warm in there. All right, you guys want to go in? An approach? You want to wait for Ben? Is that what's happening?
I think we gotta wait for Ben.
Yeah, I think so too. God damn it, Ben.
Go in.
God damn it, Ben. In the meantime, does my detect magic go off?
I mean, yeah.
Do I see anything magical?
Out to 30 feet around you. I mean, yeah, you see a shit ton of magical stuff on your people, but nothing that. Actually, yeah, you do see a little imp, or you can see the outline of it because you can detect the invisibility magic.
I guess then. How far away is he?
About 25 feet. Wrapped behind one of the rocks, or kind of peeking out around the rock.
All right, I'm going to step 5 feet towards him and lightning lure him.
I think
All
technically lightning
right.
lure requires you see him.
Yeah, you can't actually see him. You just sense the
You're right,
magic
see
and
him
outline.
15
Yeah.
feet. I'm
Um,
gonna look over at everyone else and say, "Hey, there's something over there. It's a little imp thing."
but as you kind of attempt to you step up, it takes your movement towards it as a hostile, and it kind of just runs around to another rock, and you lose it after it runs
observed.
away.
Yeah, the thing was here last night. It just kind of wandered around most of the night.
We don't want to know why it's here or what it's reporting back to.
It didn't come from the city.
A lot of things didn't come from the city.
No, here, right now, nothing present.
But
Besides-
again, do we not want to know who it's reporting back to? Why would an imp just be watching us? That doesn't make any sense.
Are you sure it's watching us?
Am I sure it's watching us?
Make me an insight roll at disadvantage.
I will say he did.
Yeah,
say it
you think it was watching you.
before, because it was looking at us tonight or last night.
I'll roll
Yeah,
a
I think it's
retroact-
watching us.
I'll roll a retroactive if
Okay,
Eric will allow.
sure.
for- From what he was saying, it sounded like it was just wandering about.
It looked like it was more curious about the other monster. It saw some opaque thing, but it didn't know what it was,
Hmm.
so it just ignored it. Kind of stayed clear of it, but
Hmm.
was more oh, is that thing still guarding it?
And then what'd it do for the other two, for the rest of the hour or two?
After that, you lost sight of it as it
No.
kind of just wandered off a couple 100 feet away from you, and you no longer could see it.
Yeah, don't
it's
know.
so small that yeah.
From the behavior I observed of it last night, it didn't seem to be watching us. I could be wrong, but
Your comprehend languages also goes off.
I guess I'm gonna walk in like an orbit around us a little bit until I can spot it again, and whenever I spot it again, I'm gonna use gust and blow it towards me. Doesn't do any damage; it just moves it.
Okay.
Honestly, of course.
Make me an investigation check.
I'm really between you and me, just stalling till.
I know.
comes back.
I know. Yeah, okay. So as you kind of walk around, just kind of circle in a big figure 8 motion, but still going towards the building, you do
I'm gonna do two things. before
sense
I-
it at some point.
Okay, as soon as I sense it, I'm going to pull out a coin. I'm gonna hold it out, and then I'm gonna use gust and blow it towards me.
Blow the coin or the creature towards you.
The creature towards
Like
me, and
pull
like
the
hold it
creature
out
towards
like I'm offering it to it.
Okay. Make me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
I think it gets a strength save now.
It does.
All right.
DC 19. On an imp.
Might actually pass.
My bad. 17.
Okay.
If you're concentrating on.
Oh no, it fails.
The guy
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to
Oh, you're
cast
right, you're right.
guess
You're
or
right. So, not guidance. So 15.
guidance, yeah.
persuade, though.
okay. As it gets blown closer, you see as it that magic aura is now up in the air, maybe 15, 20 feet.
Did it seem to react to my coin?
It hasn't. You're not sure. It hasn't left yet. But at this point now, people around, everybody else can kind of hear the flapping of wings.
I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna gust it towards myself and beckon, pointing at my hand with a.
Do you
single
say
blade.
anything?
We won't hurt you.
Okay, thank you. It's like, geez, you're just like, it'll fly a lot closer. You don't even need to gust it at this point. It'll fly much, much closer, and you see the coin start to lift off of your hand, assuming you don't like grab it and force it back.
The gold coin. We have so much fucking money. I don't
Okay.
care about a gold coin.
Yeah, it'll.
Can you tell us your name?
And he looks at you.
I can't see him looking at me. He's still
No,
invisible, unless he comes out of invisible. He's just
Estrast.
Estrast. What? Why are you watching us?
Curious.
What about?
More and more humans into this place.
Do you know
And-
anything about?
And
the
it
city?
flaps back a little bit, like about 15, 20 feet away.
What language are they speaking in?
It's speaking in common right now. So everybody can hear this.
I'll give you another coin if you can tell us about this city.
Make me another persuasion, again at disadvantage.
Solid 15.
15. What do you want to know?
Guys, I wasn't prepared for this. I mean, it says
Is
it.
it-
I assume everyone can hear it.
Yes.
Is it safe for us to enter?
You can enter and nobody will stop you.
And will it be safe for us to leave?
Nobody will stop you from leaving either. But
Be
Place is
pretty active.
dangerous. Depends on if you make friends or enemies.
Do you know the way down to the next level of hell?
Follow the river. Through the backside. Past Master.
We just did that. Wait, did the river not end there? Was it like
No, the river is still here where you guys are. The river went underneath that section and came back out on the other side and is still flowing all the way up to that gate.
Okay, does it go into the city?
From where you are, you can tell that it actually like dips down and the city is built over the top of it with like these metal and stone conglomerations that shoot across the whole thing. So it's flowing underneath the city. At this point, you guys are starting to piece together that people or demons are making these pathways in a spot that prevent you from going down. This is the flow of traffic, and souls flowing through here is power for them.
So is he your master?
He's all of our masters.
Okay.
You're in his land. He's your master.
Does he ever let anybody go down?
Let is a strong word.
Allow?
Some,
Is there a price?
there's always a price.
What's the price?
Varies. Depends what you have. Depends what he wants.
Can you help us navigate this city?
What are you all willing to offer?
I held out. I put another 2 pieces of gold in my hand. What do you want?
Strangers coming into a land unknown to them, and they think that they can boss us around.
No, I'm asking for your help. You can choose.
Not for 2 gold, I will not put my life in danger.
What would be adequate payment?
Break me from this shackle. Give me a soul. One that I can control.
Well, just giving you a random soul wouldn't free you. You would just
But
control.
it does. The power it yields. And it looks at all of you. You have not indulged, have you?
What can you tell us about these coins?
You can grow exponentially with them. God's powers are created by those that worship, those that they control.
Is your master like he is because he absorbed so many coins?
Partly. It's a small part of it. You have to have true power to be able to wield such power. And wealth.
So look back at the group. What do you guys think? Should we just pay him a coin and allow him to... Well, pay him a coin after he helps us around the city?
I think you're too quick to trust.
I am.
But if your coin was
That's my
fun.
thing. That's my thing. I'm not giving him my coin because that's me, but we have extras. I
Is
think
your
having a guide in this city would be very helpful for us.
Does
We have a guide. Valroth.
Does our guide
Valroth
not
has
know?
Valroth looks and like, I can get you to the other side. Follow the river. And he hops into the river and he starts swimming.
Beneath the city.
I mean, you haven't quite gotten there. You get the feeling that he's gonna swim underneath the city.
I think think he's more of a guide in the wilderness.
You don't have another way around. We can't swim in the river.
He looks after like 20 feet up, and he turns back and swims back and hops up. Have you tried?
Yes.
Shame. Shame. It's the only way I got out.
Well, I guess for that other half of the coins you want, we'll go ahead and swim down there, and we'll meet you there.
All right, I'll meet you on the other side.
What do you think? Should we
And he goes
should we make
underneath
a
the
deal
city at this point.
and give him the coin once we get to the gate?
How do we know that you won't betray us as soon as you have a soul?
I thought it already flew away.
No, it's about 25 feet away from you guys right now. And at this point, it's going to make itself visible. I can. Boop.
Lightning! No, I'm just kidding. Just immediately betrayed.
Some trust must be earned.
I mean, I will say we are a stranger in his land.
As he said, we're a stranger in his master's land.
Yeah, but he lives here.
He's your master if you're here. He's the master of this land.
And who does your master serve?
Himself.
He has no part in the great war taking place?
My master? No. Couldn't. With your insight, you can't really piece it fully together, but you do know that this thing is not. It's a pretty
Where is
small creature. Probably doesn't have that much. It may have never even met his master.
Mm-hmm.
So you really have no idea what it knows in regards to stuff like that. Ben's phone was given out, so he is trying to do something with it. That's what's taking him so long.
I see. So, and you're certain you can get us through safely?
I say no such thing about that. I could show you around the city.
So let's word this different. You can get us through without intentionally putting us in harm's way.
I will not harm you if the deal is more profitable for me. Which, at this point,
To be
freeing
honest, I'm not
my
worried
soul
about
is
you
more
harming us.
profitable.
I'm worried about you leading us somewhere that will cause us harm.
Well, he just said he can't lead us safely.
Leading us safely and intentionally causing harm are two very different
I would never cause you harm.
Yeah, but
On
what's the point of
purpose.
following him if he can't lead us
For the
safely?
coin.
I mean, it's not like he's a powerful being, and he already said the city is dangerous. It's dangerous for a reason. Just because it's dangerous doesn't mean it's his fault it's dangerous. It's just a dangerous city.
And you hear from within the city a and you can physically see the smoke shoot out of the entranceway, and it almost seems like the doors themselves kind of like bow open more and then like go back to its normal thing, almost like the whole city itself kind of breathes for a second there.
Right,
How well
but-
do you know this city and the people in it?
I'm friends with a few.
Do
I
you have any friends that would
know
be
where to get
centralized?
information. I know someone that might.
What?
Insight that? Inside it? Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, you believe
This
it.
is pretty trustworthy, guys.
26. He knows people, and he depending on what you want, he may have the right answer. I'll keep that 26 in mind as you ask further things.
So, guys, the real thing I would have to ask is what is our intention the city? Are we just trying to get out it on the
We're
other end?
We're just trying to move down.
But it
And
sounds like we're gonna need some allies to be able to get past the.
Are we
Boss.
trying to?
This patter. You hear him say.
What do you say?
This patter.
Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
I'll turn to Corzo and ask if he recalls anything from the book on that.
Yeah, no. He remembers that was one of the potential allies
Against Ralmith?
against Ralmith.
This
I
might
think-
be a good opportunity.
And
Oh,
then
then we don't.
he
we just
look
need to go to him.
he looks at all of you guys
So can we find him?
and he's looking at you very suspiciously right now and he's like there's 6 of you. You wouldn't happen to be the same creatures from the Northern Realms, would you?
No.
Alright, let's see. Let's do this.
No.
No.
Let's do this.
Different.
Definitely not us.
He looks. I believe that you might be. There's a warrant out for you.
How much is the warrant?
Oh, it's quite the bounty. For live, 2,000 souls.
Who put out the bounty?
That I am unsure of. It is spread through the city. Most people think it's not gonna happen. There are a few that are hunting you down.
It does sound a little too good to be true. I mean, can you really trust that you won't just be killed from trying to turn in the bounty?
I know my place. I've been here for a while. And I know I'm in no position to take you in.
With my 26, do I sense like he might turn us into someone else? Like tell someone about us?
Yeah, yes. You do get the sense that he would tell somebody about you guys.
I'm gonna cast message to. Well, I guess it would be Savitar, but he's not here, so. Yeah, I'm gonna do it to Savitar. I cast message and say, take him out. He's gonna rat us out.
Savitar's been eyeing him up very suspiciously this whole time.
Before any of that is going on, because I'm going. Oh, wait, would I notice that? Because I have detect magic up. Would I see the spell being cast? I wouldn't know what he said, obviously.
Not really, no. Because you more
That's
detect
fine.
magical items, not and spell effects, but that's like an instant thing that you wouldn't have.
If and then I'm gonna ask if we promise to pay you that, if we make a deal and pay that soul coin, would you help us? Or would you?
I
turn
don't
us down?
know, helping 6 traders. Maybe it'd be better to ask for more. 5 soul coins, and I will help you. And with your insight, you believe in Chikara. And at this point, Savitar has put the bolt in and is starting to fire.
3 soul coins, and you have a deal.
Which I want to say hits. Yeah, it definitely fucking hits. And then this thing just immediately drops. Dead.
Well, that solved that puzzle.
I could tell it was intending to turn us in. It knew it couldn't do so by force, but it could strike a deal with someone who could. You're pretty terrible at lying. If something like that comes up again, let me do the lying.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
You're passive.
Chikara's like, nah, you're pretty bad. With that, do you guys start to head in? And I'm not waiting for
Yeah.
Savitar anymore.
Yeah, I'm not a deceptive character, but I'm very good at persuasion.
I'll roll a deception, pretending to believe. You actually, I guess you are.
Broy also. Oh, why'd you roll? Your passive was fine. You guys are bickering back and forth. You two are both just like, nah. But with that, as you guys start to get even closer, the spikes on this tower are each about like 10 feet long. And you can actually see the door kind of move a little bit with the air coming through.
Blueska dude, we can too.
You guys all go in?
Do we need to like disguise ourselves at all, or are we just going for it?
It's probably not a bad idea. Give me a second. I'll go over here and cast Minor Illusion to create a little box around myself.
Okay.
And then I will shape change into a tiefling.
Okay. Perfect. Sevitar is going to do a Sevitar is going to do a disguise on himself to hide a lot of his very distinct Witcher features with like fake contacts and stuff like that, and can only do so much, but he's gonna work on that. How else are you guys trying to disguise yourselves?
I guess I just put my mask on.
Your mask is pretty recognizable at this point.
I guess I take my mask off.
How do I do the thing where I change my? Oh, never mind. I figured it out.
Do we
And as you guys are seeing Sevitar put it on, he's basically changing his entire facial structure into something else. It is quite impressive.
Wait, Chikara, you have that amulet. Can we all use it?
No, it's only on the person who wears it.
do we know about how long this how long it will take us to get through this city? Do we have any idea at all?
You don't really know how big it is. I mean, from looking at it here, it looks pretty massive. And if it's true that there is only one way out, then it could take a while, potentially.
So I've got two kind of, well, one, do we want to try and talk to anyone while we're here and maybe make an ally, or are we just trying to get out of here as soon as possible?
The illusory wall comes down, and who was once Chikara walks out as a female tiefling. I believe we wish to strike a deal with the ruler of this place. We were told that he could be a powerful ally.
Well, I will say one. My first idea was I just remembered a spell that I prepped this morning that could turn all of us into a gaseous form if we need to for 8 hours. Just so you guys know, that's something I could do that I just remembered I could do.
How long would it take you to achieve this?
The casting time is a minute, and it lasts for 8 hours.
So we can't quite use it in a pinch, but with a little bit of preparation.
Yes.
It's good to know. I think we can buy you a minute if we really need to.
Other thing is that I, of course, can turn into a small creature, and can't turn someone into a small creature. we need to maybe hide in your pockets, Chikara.
You can call me Annie.
Okay, disguised name is Annie. Yeah, so that is something we could possibly do.
I can just go by a different name.
You can have Sevatar attempt to, and I'm quite good at it myself.
Yeah, Sevatar will attempt to
I do
do a
think
disguise kit.
I do think that two of us shifting into different forms and hiding in a pocket would probably help make us not look like a party of 6.
I definitely agree.
So the question is, who wants to hold the element of surprise right now?
How long can you make someone or stay small? Make someone small or stay small.
I can make someone small for about an hour, and self. Actually, that's a good question. How long can I do that?
I don't remember what it is, but it's
I
decently
think it's
long.
half your level, so like 7 hours. Or
Jesus Christ.
whatever you are.
Broy,
Find out.
Sevatar's starting to mash up some different berries and stuff that he has that at this point started to rot a little bit, but he's using it as like a dye, and he's like covering your armor and trying to, you know, change the look of it. And he takes some of the rocks and stuff that are down here that have like a red glow and stone to it, almost like dust to it, and uses that and scrapes it across your shield to try to hide all markings of the northern realms.
God. Yeah, it's like my sun god shield.
Exactly. He's trying to mask as much as he can with your armor. It's okay. It's not bad. It's right down 19 for your character, Broy. For the DC for your disguise. It's pretty good. Sevatar's is way better, but you could tell that like he's used to doing this on himself.
Can I, when he goes to start that, I'm gonna drop detect magic.
Okay.
Can I guidance that? Or is
Yes, you can.
Is that not a thing I can do?
So it's a little bit better, and like he contours some of the facial features as well.
Worth it.
Oh, I rolled it, so which is a
I'll take yours.
yeah. So write down 23 for yours.
That's even better.
Yeah.
Druid level
DC
rounded down so I can transform for 6 hours.
You don't. Yeah, you think it's gonna last maybe an 8 hours before needing touch up and stuff like that. So you think you can't really sleep with this disguise, but you could have it while in here for now, assuming you don't have to sleep or anything like that.
Well, we have no idea what lies at wait inside this city, and our only form of information we killed.
So, Adalia or Corzo, are you turned into a small creature?
Yes, I wouldn't mind being turned into a small creature. I fear my markings will be a little harder to hide.
Yes.
No,
I
if
think
this is
If
this
we're
is
going to kill random people, we should all agree before we just doing it. And I'm gonna look at Sevatar because I had no idea it was messaged at all, and he just shot.
He was lying to us. He was going to set us up for a trap. He had to die. Trust your instincts.
He gave us his word. He wouldn't if we paid him 5 gold.
Roy, I wouldn't trust anybody's word in here, and
Yeah,
and
Roy,
and,
listen,
and
that might
Roy,
be fine.
that was actually before he discovered our identities and realized we were worth 2,000 soul coins.
Yeah, but he also said he couldn't turn us in.
He could
And
not,
he
but
said
he
he
could go
would-
to someone who could. He says, "I will lead you to 2,000 soul coins in the form of the 6 adventurers if you give me one to set me free."
I mean, but if he's only gonna make 1 soul coin out of it, why wouldn't he just accept the 5 we were gonna give him?
No, he tried to get 5 from us, but he could also take our 5 and then betray us.
So, Either way, Roy, we're gonna make sure to let you be the last person to talk to new people. We're
That's
gonna
not true at all. I'm very good at talking to people. I'm just bad at lying to them.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're gonna need to go through a screening process before you can talk to them.
Well,
You're-
I'm gonna talk to everyone.
And Savitar looks at you. You're much better for the political eye than you are for this type of infiltration.
It's true. I guess I've hung around the nobles for far too long.
All right. Well, I'm
And
gonna
nobles
crack.
never lie.
Nobles never lie.
All right. So we've got an hour for Adalia's form, and I've got 6 hours for my form.
What did you change Adalia into?
I haven't yet, but
Oh.
I still have my winter cloak. I'm going to put that over. I'm gonna put my shield on my back and put the cloak over the shield. So it's like,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
So. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm with you.
I'll turn to Polaris. When you're hiding, would you like to hide in my breast pocket? And she'll wink at Polaris when she says that.
Polaris is just gonna like, no. Would that be the best place, or I'm just worried about you having to spring out at action. It's kind of go over his head a little bit.
Orzo looks as well, and he's like, "What about me? I'm pretty obvious."
Well, Sevatar hid his witcheriness. He might be able to hide yours.
I can
I'll give him a hand,
try.
too,
I'll guidance him as well.
and I
And
will provide assistance.
it's like, I'm running out of some of the materials. I might need to go get more soon.
I'll pull
but
out my disguise kit. You
ah,
can use mine.
fresh. And with all this fresh stuff,
28.
28. Yeah. So with that, Corzo is masked almost as well as Sevatar, but again, Sevatar is used to himself, so he knows how to do it better. But you guys are all pretty well hidden. If anybody can see through some of these like magic aspects, then it may not work, but it's definitely good for just walking around.
But we're in hell.
Well,
Yeah.
And to be fair, I mean, 2 people are going to be missing, so it's going to be 4 people, including a tiefling.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
demon.
Why? Why is it only 4?
Because you and Polaris are going to be shrunken and hidden.
Polaris is also shrinking with me because you can shape yourself a lot easier.
Yes.
Other people. Yeah, okay. That makes a lot more sense. I figured I'd be in your pocket, so I'm like, no, that doesn't work. Like, he can't shrink if I'm inside. Like,
Fine, let's do it the boring way. Adalia, you in Corzo and Sevatar's pocket, and Polaris, you in Corzo's. How does that sound?
Corzo leans over to Annie and whispers, "Should we use that pendant that you have?"
What do you say?
Should we use the pendant that you have?
I already did.
And looks at you like,
Whispering, so
okay.
I don't hear.
Yeah, no, you don't.
This is, yeah, as I was making sure, I was just clarifying.
He's just kind of like, okay, and all right.
It was a 28 deception.
All right. So Polaris, what do you turn into? When do you turn Adalia into?
Dahlia, do mice sound like a good idea?
what exactly?
Do mice sound like good ideas?
Oh, I think anything. Will I have any ability to change myself back?
No, but I'm sure if you go with Sevatar, he can just squeeze you really hard and you'll revert back.
Yeah, I'll do it. Squeeze, squeeze.
If he attempts
Smash,
to
Adalia.
if he attempts to throw you as he squeezes, squeezes, it'll be like a makeshift Pokeball.
Yeah, I'll just attach you to my my cross bolts and spin you around a little bit with some rope and shoot you at the demon, and then Adalia there.
Squeeze. I'd prefer something maybe a little faster, like a squirrel.
Okay.
Like,
Squirrels, me.
Sevatar looks
wait.
around. I don't see many squirrels here, but go for it, man.
Why not a snake?
Snakes can't climb trees very well.
Vipers go bite.
I don't know that we've seen many trees, but
Yeah, honestly, it's just
Wait.
so that
if you want to climb things, why not a spider? That's even smaller than a mouse and a better climber.
I thought about smaller things with wings as well, but I don't want to be crushed.
I think a small animal would probably be best, either a snake or a rat, I guess. But I don't know.
I'm bored.
All right, squirrel it is. Pop.
All right.
Squirrel now.
All right, hop on, Adalia. And Sevatar, like, lowers his hand down.
Okay. Hurry up.
And then yeah, I will wild shape into a fucking mouse. And
All right.
Just get into Corso's pocket.
Sevatar has got you on his shoulder. Throw the hood over. All right.
Yeah.
Peek out when you want to say hi. All right, let's go.
Does that
all right.
have an effect on me to be under the cloak?
No,
You're-
because you
you're-
can still like poke your head out and breathe.
Yeah, but you're polymorph, so you're not actually like cognizant.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah?
basically not sentient right now.
Yeah. You
Cool.
squirrel boy. All right. And with that, as you guys are walking on up into the opening, you could feel this strong heat coming from it. Where it was about 110, 115 from a couple hundred feet away. Now it's about 125, 130 degrees as you are approaching. And as you look up, you can see these large spikes that are coming down, and you can see the fire kind of like coming off of this, what appears like a chandelier of some sort. And you walk on through. As you get to the other side of this entrance area, you can see that there's a lot of lava in sections going around. You can see some buildings made out of metal and stone. You can see things flying from like one building up into the next. You can see other tieflings walking around in there. And make me a perception check. Anybody that wants to. Squirrel? All right. So Sevatar and Adalia, not Adalia. Well, I guess Adalia. Sevatar, Adalia, Annabelle, you guys see very shady things happening as like there's a couple of people next to each other like handing out things, and they're looking around. They look over at the entrance and they turn back. As you walk in a little bit further, you can see a marking across one of the buildings, and it says Zareth's Thorns, and it has like a depiction of you guys like inscribed in the side of the wall, and it has a reward on it, and you can see that that is somewhere else down pretty far as well. And you guys
So it's
begin.
inscribed into the wall.
It's inscribed like almost like with a chalk, so like it could be like erased. It's not actually like cut into the wall, but it is drawn onto it.
Does comprehend languages allow you to read?
Yes, if it's
Yes.
It's generally like writing. I think especially it's more just a literal translation. So some metaphors and things like that would be lost in translation, but
You can see that there's other writing underneath that and the reward as well. There's like other writing, but that's all in Infernal.
I can read it.
Or
I comprehend language.
okay, you read it and it says last known whereabouts, and it says the Skellig Islands in the Northern Realms. Keep an eye out for all going to that plane, things like that. And then it says like other things like follow the cults. They've been known to be around there. As you guys are going through even more, it seems like a full-on town, like people going around doing their business. It's definitely like sketch, and you guys are keeping a tight hold of those items that you hold valuable. Savitar has it, or not Savitar, Corzo has that dagger like in his hand partially just to make sure that doesn't go anywhere. Everything else is still on his backpack bag, but that is on his hand. But you don't see a lot of humanoid or human creatures, human elves, things like that. But you do find a lot of tieflings and the occasional Azamar as well. That's down here. Polaris, did you make me a perception check?
I'm hiding pretty well in the pocket. I was wondering,
Okay.
am I in the same pocket as the dagger?
Probably not. You're more in a free, like you can kind of poke out of the thing all on your own, whereas one of them is just like in his armor, basically, so he could grab it as tightly tucked. You're just in the backpack, basically.
Okay.
So you have free reign to get out
Okay, then-
if you want.
Then I'll fucking poke my little face out like
Okay.
over here in the chair.
All right. Welcome back, Savitar.
Hi, I'm here.
All
I'm
right.
a woman now.
So
Dreams do come
first
true.
of all, can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this against anything in particular?
It is. It is against the soul coins that you have on your person.
Gotcha.
You also have a squirrel on your shoulder.
Yeah, but I'll explain all that in a sec. But you do
I'll
also
you
have a
different
squirrel.
con save.
Did I need to do that, Eric?
You did
9.
not, Polaris. Okay. Savitar. When you
Is this
woke
against some
up,
sort of charm or
not so much of a charm.
Magic can't put me to sleep. My Fey ancestor.
As you come to, there's a little bit of greed in your heart right now.
Oh, even more.
Yeah, more greed. You feel confident that you could hold a few more soul coins. You're like, meh, next ones that we find.
Oh, I know I can.
Yeah, next ones that I find, I want those.
Dibs.
Hot dog.
Anyway, so with that, you guys woke up and you started following the river. You found a imp that was outside of the castle. It was invisible. Broy spotted it with a detect magic, and you guys started questioning it. As you were having a conversation with it, it started to figure out who you guys were and called you Zareth's Thorns. And that you guys were wanted and you're out. Basically, you're wanted for 2,000 souls. There's a bounty on your head. Yeah.
You, Corzo, and Broy have been disguised using disguise kits.
I could describe myself.
You did.
Yeah, you did.
You disguised yourself, you disguised Broy, and you disguised Corzo. Your DC is a 29.
Hell yeah.
Corzo's DC is a 28.
Hell yeah.
And Broy's DC is a 23.
Hell yeah.
But as this imp was, you guys were trying to make a deal with the imp to try to see if it could help get passageway through here or help show you guys around. But Chikara started realizing that it's probably going to lure you into some other bounty hunter that can find you and actually hunt you down. with that, he told you to shoot him with a message, and you were already questioning everything about it. That once you got confirmation, you're like, "Yep, fuck yes," and you shot it. Killed it in one shot. Fell on the ground. Then you guys all decided to disguise yourselves. Chikara changed into Annabelle, a tiefling female. Polaris and Adalia. Adalia was polymorphed into a squirrel that is now underneath your cloak, right where your hood is and stuff like that. Polaris is turned into what, a rat?
Mouse, but yeah.
Mouse. Okay, and you're inside of Corzo's backpack. And Broy's whole shield and outlook have been like scrubbed. You took like some of the red rocks and like used some of the dust from it and kind of like wiped his whole shield because it's a big symbol.
Mask.
He's not wearing his bird mask, and you guys are just trying to blend in as best as you can.
Also,
yeah.
as we're heading towards the gate, it's gonna suddenly I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna sprint back, and I'm gonna grab the imp's corpse and throw it into the river.
Okay.
And then prestidigitation the blood puddle away,
Okay. Cool.
and then come skipping back.
As you approached this entranceway, Sevatar, the doorway itself is about 300 feet tall, with these large spikes that go out. It almost is like, it feels like an Iron Maiden. As you are approaching it, and as you heard a large roar come out from it, which actually had the doors kind of like back open a little bit before closing back. It almost feels like it's breathing. There's like smoke that came out of it as well at different points.
As we enter, or as we approach or whatever, I'm gonna look at Chikara. I'm gonna be like, it probably would have been smart if we made sure we weren't being watched before we did all that.
Probably.
And at this point, you guys are in the city. You can see that there are like paths of lava that are kind of flowing around, and it's very rocky with metal and stone buildings scattered around in different heights, varying. There's a lot of warmth coming off. It's like 130, 140 degrees just standing in here. It's very hot and sweaty. There's a lot of tieflings in here, as well as imps and other flying demons and stuff that are like going from place to place, different areas. And as you guys walked in, you also saw like written in chalk, inscribed on the side of one of the buildings, Zareth's Thorns, bounty, 2,000 gold, and then a bunch of stuff written in Abyssal that you guys found out was just like last whereabouts and stuff like that. But it's all written in chalk. With that, that is where you guys are currently.
Don't you have to be an elf to be able to take Fey Ancestry?
Yeah.
I am.
He's a wood elf.
Oh my god, I 100% thought that was Chikara for some reason.
Nope, not yet. Who's Jaina here?
That's me.
That's
Oh,
Annabelle.
okay.
Yeah.
Formerly,
it says Annie. That's why I'm like, wait, I don't remember that name.
formerly, you can call me Annabelle, but I prefer Annie to my friends.
I'm Steve.
Poke my
Nice
head
to
out
meet
a
you.
little bit, just go squeak, squeak, and that's it.
I was with the
I'm-
rat.
I'm Roy.
Roy boy.
No, just Roy.
Bird boy Roy.
Oh yeah, also Eric, did my perception do anything?
Your perception was a 13. Oh, you did see the occasional Asmar, and Polaris, something you could see in the eyes. There's like a red and black tinge to the eyes, as if they've been corrupted. And it kind of like hurts your soul a little bit. Just seeing something that you have once thought of as holy and no longer.
And with the 26 with advantage, you do have 3 good leads on where some cheese might be.
Yeah, I'll
Does
save
Corzo's
it.
backpack smell anything foul?
Who?
Corzo's backpack.
Not foul necessarily. A little stale, yes. I guess foul probably from some of the things that you guys have recently fought that he's been covered in that haven't been washed off of or in his backpack. So there's some old monster guts.
And my nose is probably more sensitive. God damn.
Yeah, it's not a pleasant spot to be.
Oh, also, Savitar, we did say that if, because we have an hour of Adalia in the squirrel form, if we need to a quick release of her, you are good to go to just squeeze the fuck out of her and
yeah,
kind of throw her like a Pokeball.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind.
So, I'm thinking our best route here is if we just approach a friendly stranger and ask him how we can find the master of this place. Oh, by the way, Savitar, you already knew this, but the master of this place is one such master that we were told would be an ally in our cause.
Oh wait, I'm supposed to be a girl, huh? Really? And who
No.
might that be?
You don't have to be. You describe yourself however you saw fit.
I've been told that I am a woman now, so I shall act thusly.
Okay.
Corzo, what was the name of our potential ally?
Dispatter.
That's the one.
The spatter. Oh
Yes. He's supposed to be what the imp was saying is master of this land. So probably the demon lord.
Indeed, and we know him to be a potential friend, so we should go straight to him and find out.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's not going to be that easy.
He's the ruler of this whole domain. Everything goes by him, I'm sure.
Ah, thank you for the posture check. So where do you guys go? You want to just approach someone?
Squeak.
I do believe the rodent has something to say. I don't speak rodent.
I do. I comprehend it.
You don't speak with animals, so it doesn't.
Yes, I understand. If it's speaking an official language,
it's not a language though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we should approach perhaps, and I'll look around. Are there either with that previous perception or a new one? Are there any taverns about?
You see a section that kind of like goes off after you guys walk in a little bit more and kind of get a feel of the land. You do see a section that kind of like goes into this dead end area. And you do hear organ music being played in there, and you can see that there's this undead looking flying horse thing. It's all bony and skeleton-y. And you see two zombies standing outside the door. You can read up on the sign after you kind of like pinpoint that, and it says Hell's Kitchen.
We can recruit Daredevil here.
Yeah, is that? I was not thinking of that one, but yes, there's also that one.
Oh, Gordon Ramsay then.
You think that that's probably a tavern?
So what do you all think? Should we try to find someone that we can ask about? Get our bearings here?
And Corzo, holding the dagger, kind of looks around.
Splendid idea.
We also want to find somebody that can get these souls out of this dagger as well.
Well, that may be one of the ways that we win over... What was his name? Dispater?
Spatter. Yeah.
I'm gonna start petting my
Maybe.
squirrel.
Atalia's like, I can't say anything. All right. So you guys head on over to the tavern area.
Sure.
So it kind of goes into this peninsula section that has a lot of lava flowing around it. And
You missed my message, didn't you?
no, I didn't.
I'll be the judge of that. Hey,
Okay.
you didn't. Okay.
Who are you talking to? There's something quite strange right now. We don't want to draw any extra attention to us now, do we? I say, bird boy boy. Oh, sorry, bird boy boy. I forget what your name is right now.
He goes by Roy now,
Yeah, Roy.
as he has always.
Polaris is the last one.
Indeed.
Okay. So as you guys are approaching this, you can hear wailing inside.
Sounds like they're having a good time.
But there's this
Yeah,
big
like agonized
archway.
wailing or...
Upstairs, yeah. Yeah, it does sound like agonizing from upstairs. Inside, you do hear organ music playing, and you hear a little bit of laughter and joking. You can see through the windows, you can see that there's, and I will swap the music to my organ music that I have oh so perfectly here. Wow, all
Oh,
of you.
that's not how it goes. You've ruined it.
You hear and this big archway that kind of leads you into this small foyer section where you can like wipe off your feet or whatever, and then goes down some stairs into the tavern. Let me look at the lighting. Yeah, you guys can see that the entrance is right here.
The door appears to be locked. Unfortunate.
The door is not locked, but you do kind of like push it and it. And when you walk in, there's a fire burning in the hearth. You can see that this is a 2-story place. Right about in this section, right about the center, you can see these cross beams going across that leads you to be able to see over the second balcony.
Did Roll20 just crash for anyone else?
Nope.
No.
You can see that there
Mine
are.
is still loading, so potentially.
Yeah, I had to reload my page.
Gotcha.
Interesting. You can see some imps at the table drinking something and eating a little bit of food. You can see the bartender is some sort of tiefling, and you can see there's a little dragon, a little small tiny dragon on the end of its bar currently. You see some other tieflings in here, and you find some other creatures that you've seen, but in a different... they don't look like the same creature. Over here is the a similar chain-looking creature that you had fought out at as soon as you guys got to hell. Yeah.
Eric, by
Yeah.
the way, can I, when it kind of comes up to like close to an hour, like I'd say about like 45 minutes ish,
Mhm.
Polaris is going to kind of like bite at Corzo.
Okay.
Just so
Oh, I didn't loop it.
we're kind of on the same
That's my bad.
page.
Okay, cool. I'll let you know. Yeah. You guys all walk in. What's going on? Some of the imps turn and look at you as you guys are walking in. One of them goes, fresh meat. Clinks the
Fresh
glass with the
berry.
other. And the tiefling behind the bar says, what brings some mainlanders in here? Other realmers.
Dear you, sir, we are from a different plane.
I know. I can see it based off of your clothes. You ain't from around here.
I'll walk over to Sevatar and I'll lean in and whisper in his ear. Silly, we're not supposed to tell them we're from the surface realm.
They already know that. They just said that.
It's pretty obvious.
Lie, real good.
Yeah, they know that. They can smell it probably. You know, like I said, if this bozo knows that we're not from here, I mean, most others will be able to determine that quite easily, don't you think? Like this fool who's juggling his hot spoon or whoever it is here in the center.
You are quite right. This clothing is not accommodating to such an environment. Do you know where we could find something more comfortable?
There's a general store called The Purge. You got all sorts of stuff. What are you in here for? What do you want? Can I bring you any drinks?
Well, I might take a drink, but the main reason I'm here is I heard the good master of this land is looking for new recruits.
Yeah, you and the other two over there. All you folks want to see the master.
Who else here wants to see the master? Maybe they
And-
found some leads.
Polaris, with your perception check, you can hear some sort of not necessarily. It sounds like someone's like discussing terms, and you can hear coins and different things falling on the table, just up the stairs to the right, past like in the center of the area where there's like a little tiny lifted section of the bar. It is walled off and it's little like separate, but you can hear something going on over there.
Does it sound like human?
From what you can tell, it sounds humanoid, yeah. Like you can't quite make out what they're saying. You can just kind of hear some sort of the coins then drop down and sorry. And a gem maybe fall here and there type of deal.
And no names.
Not from where you are right now. You're welcome to scurry out and go check it out if you'd like.
With that said, do I get the advantage on cheese smelling?
You do not smell any cheese, but you do smell burning flesh.
You know, that's like cheese.
And you're smelling it from the room to the left as people walk in.
Does it seem like anyone is particularly paying attention to us, like as a group?
Yeah, I mean, these two right here are kind of like eyeing you up and making jokes with each other. This guy over
Which
here
one are
at
we
the
talking to, by the way?
you're talking to the bartender back here.
Got it.
This guy at the table, and here, I'll use this instead. This guy at the table is kind of eyeing you guys up. This one is the bartender who's kind of now making her way closer over here, just to be a little closer to you guys. And then these two imps here are just kind of like chattering and like banging glasses together and like fly up onto the back seat of a chair and are laughing and cackling with each other. And you can tell it's at your expense. They're making fun of you guys. They're like, look at this guy wearing that's that big old cloak. I mean, where in the fucking hells? What do they think they need a cloak like that for? You know, things like that.
When the bartender said, "You're like those other two humans," which way did she point?
She pointed to the stairs up ahead. So yes, that way.
Does that corroborate with?
Yes, it does. It does run in with what you were thinking.
Well, do you have any leads about how we might get an audience with the good master?
A good master. I guess he's our master, but I don't know if he's that good. Nobody here's good.
Going to.
Would you turn that thing down? Shouts out at the organ guy. Starts playing a little softer.
As as they're talking, as Annie is talking, I'm going to like push at Corzo's back, like in the backpack, like in that direction.
Make
like,
me a strength check.
I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
It's gonna be at a -2.
Yeah, I know.
Also, I do have advantage on smell perception, so definitely if there was any cheese anywhere, I would know it.
There does not seem to be any cheese.
Ooh.
You're pushing against this with all your might, and as Corzo kind of shifts over a little bit, you hear his whole armor, and you're like, I'm probably not doing anything to this guy's armor. You can scurry out of the bag.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, okay. You do hear other small little rat-like creatures scurrying around in here as well.
Okay.
So you think you'll blend in just fine.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna do that then.
Okay. If you want an audience, just head up to the main entrance section of his castle. Talk to some of the guards there. You better be willing to offer something for an audience, though. You're like, yeah, makes sense. Probably can't just go talk to the ruler. Unknown people. Maybe if you stir enough shit up in here, maybe they'll be forced to see you. Kind of laughs.
We wouldn't want to get on his bad side, silly. But would he look favorably upon us if he had some enemies that were suddenly dealt with in the city? Some thorns in his side or something?
Make me a persuasion check.
I'm gonna slowly reach up for my squirrel.
It looks at you. He's got all sorts of different enemies. What are you in the mood to take down? I heard rumors that he's trying to make a deal with dragons.
A deal
Don't-
with dragons?
Don't know what about, but you might be just the people that are willing to do it.
Well, if you can give us some details on that, and let me know if you want me to roll new insight.
No, you can keep the same insight. One of the imps kind of looks at her like, good luck with that. And she's just kind of, you can tell that while maybe the mission is success, or maybe the mission is actually a thing, the goal or whatever, this person just thinks you're going to get obliterated going up against that. Look, a sweet thing like you ain't going to last too long here. You want a drink or not? And this guy over here at the table kind of stands up and is eyeing you guys a little weird, a little like...
This one?
Yeah. He stands up and starts walking up these stairs into this back area.
I'll come back for a drink, but you mentioned some others that were looking for the same, so it might be good to hear if they have any leads they'd be willing to share. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
notice him get up.
Yeah.
Stealthy thing. Alright.
No, it wasn't
I'll
stealthy.
say
It was
that
just
like
it's turned up and walked. When you're there, you start to hear, all right, so give me the key now. And let me rephrase that. Key now. And you see this as you get up the stair right here. You see this beautiful, elegant, leathery winged individual just kind of look and slide a key on across the table, and you can see that there's some gems and a few different soul coins up on that table right now, and then other rocks and miscellaneous stones of some kind. And you can see there's two, yes, that up there. And you can see there's two, one human and one orc-looking creature, maybe half-orc-esque, over there.
Did I hear anything when I scurried over there before?
You did. You heard like agreement on the details and like you said 5 souls, but it was a tough choice, so we're gonna up it to 15, and then you hear them bickering back and forth of costs, and they got it down to like a 12, and this you could tell that the other being was getting definitely more than they previously had agreed on, and the other two are pissed about it right now, but are still making the deal. These two here.
Oh, I can't see anyone.
Oh, well then move yourself. Here. There you go.
There we go.
Your little
Okay, so
yeah, these two here are pissed, and this one had a better deal. Meanwhile, as you're kind of a rat or mouse up here, you make me another perception check. You see as this creature that stood up and walked up the stairs kind of leans on over to this undead, scully looking creature, a humanoid of some aspects, and he's got these 2 zombies that he has chained up right now, and he's holding both chains and has it like attached to himself, and they're like and the 2, so these 2 right here are whispering a little bit. Then this one stands up and, "Pardon me, ma'am," he says, and tries to squeeze past you, Annie. Do you let him?
Oh, sorry. I was typing out a message. So he's coming back out.
Yeah.
As soon as I walked up.
Yeah. Basically, as soon as you start walking up, he starts trying to head back down.
I'll back out this way instead of letting him pass by me.
That works. And give me an insight roll. Sevatar, you're also able to, and so is Broy. You're all able to make a insight roll as well. Sevatar, you're not too focused on him. You're more focused on the deal up on the other table.
Yeah, I want to get paid. I actually have to bounce out here because I got to be up early tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye, y'all. I gotta
All right.
go. Sorry.
Bye.
Let me know.
You, Annabelle, there's something familiar about his face. He's got this black armor on, and he's kind of walks on out, and something is very familiar with him.
Whereabouts do I get that sensation as he's passing? Like, where in his trajectory? Is it just as he passes?
So he's here, and then as he starts to walk away, there's almost like a it's when he starts to walk away, and you're just trying to piece it together. Can't quite figure out where.
Are you famous? I feel like you're important.
Turns around and looks back at you. No. And then he looks at you even more laser-eyed, like looking you up and down right now.
Now
And
that he's turned back and looking at me, I'm likewise analyzing him.
Give me a perception check.
You don't have to be modest, you know. And of course, now's when I roll too.
Yeah, you can't quite pin it. Something familiar with his voice ever so slightly, but it's mostly that black armor that you're seeing that you're like, I've seen that before.
Does it
You
look
just
like the armor
don't know where.
of the cult of the Paladin people? Or the cult of Lilith people?
Yeah, it does.
Does he look like the Paladin we shoved off the rocks?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I guess I'm mistaken. You probably wouldn't be in a dive place like this if you were famous.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're mistaken. And he just starts walking out. Give me a deception check as well. Okay, cool. With that, you guys, those of you guys approach this area. I don't know where the fuck everyone is. So, at this point, you guys approach, you hear a little bit of conversation, and these two humans, or the orc and the humanoid, which at this point, Polaris, you can tell, is more Azamar than human.
Okay.
The one on the left of the orc. The two of them stand up, and the orc has these black eyes right now, and he says, "Move."
Also, so is it the orc that has the key now?
The orc has the key. Yes, he looks
And how
very
big was that key?
maybe 4 inches.
Could I fit that in my mouth? Do I think?
No, not as a mouse. Oh, you could grab it, yes, and
But,
try to
okay,
run
I
off
would-
with it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
Throw it.
Did I notice what pocket he put it in?
He's holding it in his hand right now.
Holding it. Okay.
Yeah. And he says, "Move."
Is he wearing pants?
He is wearing thin-ish pants. Yes. They're not full. They've been like cut apart and ripped down the leg side. But yes, a little bit.
I'm going to try my best to like climb up and on the pants, like inside.
Okay. Make me a stealth check.
By the way, you can put cords over there because you're controlling them. I assume he would go, but
Yeah. Seeing how crowded it is, though, just kind of like move it over here.
Do I get advantage since everyone's crowded?
Yeah, no, you have advantage on this, so that roll again. Okay, cool.
No!
The other person seems to kind of notice the mouse going up, but the orc doesn't. And do you guys move out of the way at all? Savitar probably like moves out a little bit.
What my big friend here is saying, can you please just move out of our way? We have business to attend to.
that's actually why we're here. Sorry, we didn't mean to block your path. It's a narrow opening, but we were told that you might have a way to gain an audience with a certain someone that we want to gain an audience with.
Oh, if everything goes right, and he's holding this key, and you can see he's just, there's a lot of anger in him right now, and he passes Adrian, and he jumps over the balcony over the top of you, Annabelle, and he just lands on the other side, moves the table aside a little bit as he walks past, and walks over to this cage in the other side of this room where you did smell some of the burning flesh from before, Polaris. And he opens up this cage and he pulls this imp out of it, and you can hear, no, I didn't want to. He's just kind of dragging it across the ground and plops him on the table.
As the rat.
Yes, Polaris does. And plops him on the table, and the food kind of goes everywhere. And the bartender kind of looks up. Hey, you got a room for a reason. Go up there. He's like, ah!
Oh.
And you hear him say, just before anything happens, you hear him say, Corgax hates your rules! And,
Whatever language of that was, I do understand it.
yeah, it was just very anger. But Corgax hates your rules. And then he just drags the imp up the stairs. And with that, we'll end the session there. as we have a lot of people missing.
I'm actually the only one who can roleplay because.
Yeah, I know.
Killer mice.
And Broy's gone.
I know. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck just happened, but okay.
Your friend's angry there. All I can say to this guy.
Yes, that's one of his major traits. It comes in handy sometimes. I mean, I should probably go assist him in his endeavors. And maybe we do have someone in common, but I don't know who you need to talk to.
Oh, silly. It's pretty obvious if you think about it. But we can end here. Like
Yeah,
you said.
well, and
Is it all again?
you get the sense that there's about to be an interrogation going down with this little imp, of some kind, and
How much
he's
time
not
has
angry.
passed since the polymorph?
We're gonna say about 25 minutes. We'll just say 30. We'll just say 30.
We chill it.
Yeah, you got some time. But thank you everybody who came. Sorry that I lost players and I have no idea where they went. That's pretty fucking annoying. But oh well. We will pick this up next week with some of these new characters in this tavern. Figure out what they want, figure out how everybody can kind of come to some sort of agreement on what's going down. And thank you all. Yay! And with that,
Goodbye.
we end.
Bye.
Goodbye.